whatever they think they need it for. Middle schoolers aren't mature enough sometimes to make appropriate decisions. Now, let me give you another statistics that I learned. I learned that when the police shoot a handgun, they hit their target 2 out of every 6 times that they shoot, and they practice and qualify every month. So what do you think happens when a middle schooler decides to point a gun? So what I'm trying to tell you is every single day, you cannot be derelict in your duties as a parent to equip your child with instructions on how they are to behave, what they are expected to do, and go back to what I said earlier, inspect what you expect. Don't ever be a parent who's surprised that your kid failed at the end of a grading period. There should be communication with the teacher every day. There's a teacher sitting right there. That's my wife. God bless her. I love her. When she started teaching, her whole life was dedicated as a teacher. I sat through her calling every single parent on her classroom list and talking to them about what she planned to do to make sure their kid was successful in her class during the course of the school year. I built so many elementary projects because the school didn't have the money, but she saw fit to create another way for them to learn. If your child goes to school and he or she is not learning, it's not your child's fault. School is an institution built for kids to get an education, and your tax dollars support it. And if you are a taxpayer in that community, you demand that your child get a quality education. And shame on you as a parent if you don't. Young people, this is the greatest time in your life right there. Because when the rest of us grown-ups have to walk out of here and go and just start the ignition on the car, with the way gas prices are now, we're concerned about it. And as little people, you just get to go along for the ride.
Turn the air on.
But the preparation that the parents are trying to get you to understand is that someday, it's not going to be mom and dad turning the ignition, it's going to be you. And when that time comes, you better be ready. Because the most disappointing thing in a child's life is growing up, listen very carefully, and having to learn to live differently on lower than the standards that he or she grew up with. They won't do it. I'm going to tell you what happens. They'll find another means to secure those wonderful things that mom and dad purchased for them. And the very kid that you say, oh, I didn't think he was going to be like that. Sometimes they're different, primarily because we didn't tell them that people don't plan to fail. They simply fail to plan. And without a plan, you don't know how your life is going to turn out. And I tell people all the time, school is the greatest place in the world. Because all you have to do is walk in there and say, here I am. What is it that I need to do? And there's someone that's going to tell you how, when, where, how, and what. And not only that, if you're lost, they'll even show you the right direction to go.